There is a guy from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Yeah. His name is Bree, and this is Bree TV. Bree TV. Bree TV, yeah. Expediters. Let's go. What's up? It's your boy Bree, Expediter. And I wanted to come talk to you about the money, the power, the bag, the load that is in Google News. Google News is a free application on your phone that you can utilize to get money. Are you looking for loads? Are you looking to get more money per loads? Are you looking for customers that need what you have in the cargo van? Are you looking for consistent? Do you want to get some type of dedicated situation where you know that you're gonna have something consistently going on? Would you like to know more information about the expediting industry? Would you like to know the most important information expediting space in the cargo van? Would you like to know what information the people that's running these companies are actually looking at and thinking about? What are the folks that's actually sitting in the offices, the presidents of these multi-billion-dollar transportation companies? Would you like to know what's on their mind? Well, guess what? There is an opportunity to do that by searching on Google News. Bree, why do you say that? Well, we already know that Google is one of the largest companies, especially on the digital landscape in the world, right? They own so many different things. They own YouTube, all of these different apps. Most of us use Gmail, all of these different things, right? So they have their hands in the most pertinent information that hits the internet. We know that all of us potentially are communicating very important things over the internet, right? So why not tap into one of the most sought after companies that invest most of their money to be up to date on all things? Like whatever your search term or industry is, Google is going to have some of the most pertinent, important information for you because they want you to continue using their platform. They want you to continue using their software. So, since we have established the importance of Google, and I know some people will be like, "Oh my God, I can't." I've had somebody say, "Well, Bree, I'm not going. I can get that on Google or this type of information like." I mean, I could have searched that on YouTube. Why is that so important? Like, why is it important enough for me to listen to you talk about this, right? We got to think, a lot of people say that they can do a lot of things, but they don't fucking do it. And a lot of people, what separates them from the people that actually achieve in life is that they actually take action on the things that they know that they should do and they be consistent in it. So what I'm saying right now, what's up, Thomas? What I'm saying right now is that there is a bag in Google News. There's a bag in Google News. Why do you say that? Listen, when I search LTL freight on Google News, companies like My Carrier pops up, right? Then I take that article about My Carrier. Y'all can see that in this thing, right? I posted on Instagram. Do you know when I did that previously that the company My Carrier, who just raised a couple $1 million to start a digital space for LTL carriers, hit me up and liked my post? Like, with utilizing Google News, that's the first one. It allows you to build relationships with movers and shakers in the industry, right? Those, and if any of you guys have like got the audio ebook, the link is in my bio, right? If you got the audio ebook, y'all know how important it is to build relationships, right? What they say, your network is your net worth. Google News allows you to have names like Ethan Page, right? Google News put me in a position to know how important the Atlanta airport is to the expediting space, to the cargo space. It allowed me to know that during COVID, instead of airports hauling people, they started hauling more freight. It was a shift. And now that the people are back on the planes, they're not going to dismiss that influx of revenue, because now it allows them to make more money at their airport. The airport now becomes more valuable in culture and in the transportation space because of COVID, right? But I wouldn't know these things if I did not amply look up the space that I care about on Google News. So I would encourage you guys to add this to the lexicon of your morning routines. Like, just get on there and check, or search cargo vans, search 3PLs, like have some type of information on your mind that you can be consuming to help you add value to your business. I was reading this book. Called the 1 Minute Manager, right? And it basically was talking about how the 1 Minute Manager empowers his employees to manage themselves so that he has enough time to project and do strategic planning to help him get his company or his desired team to the next level. Right? If you are an investor behind the wheel still, right? You are your team and your company. So you got to add some information into your framework of thinking, right? So that you can make the best decisions. Like you might be like, all right, Bree, I feel that. Like maybe that's some strategic things. Like right now I'm on a load. Like right now I'm on the road. I'm just like looking to deliver these things. How can that really help me? Well, one thing it can help you do is the people that you dropping out for, you can pop their names into Google News and find out what they've been up to. Find out before you drop off. You can find out what they care about. What are the presidents? What type of movements have they made? Have they sold something lately? Is this company going to be around for the next 5 to 10 years? Are these the type of companies that they talk about on the stock market? Do they have an IPO, right? Like as an expediter, like I said, as an expediter, we are not drivers. We are investors behind the wheel, and investors know how to add value to that. Know how to add value to unvaluable situations. The things that everybody looks over, the investor goes in and be like, hey, that trash that everybody's throwing away, I want that because I know what I can do with it. The only way you're going to get in a position to know what to do with it is by having the most pertinent information. And guess what? Google News in a little time could put you in a situation where you can know exactly what to do with it. Look at this article right here, bro. My carrier integrates shippers to LTL operator, and they see shipments rise to 246%. Just off looking at that, you know that the LTL shipment is up tremendously from where it was last year, and maybe that's a profitable space to be figuring out how you can cast your nets so that you can get some of the fish that's gonna be flowing in that stream. People ask me, Bree, how do I get loads? Like, where do I go get loads? And, what about the load board and all of this type of stuff? You know what allows you to be more effective on the load board? I learned this at the Trucking Millionaires Tour. What allows you to be more effective on the load board is being able to build relationships and build rapport with the different shippers and things on the phone, right? How much more would you be able to build rapport with them if you know the pain points of the particular businesses that you're trying to get freight from? That does nothing but put you in a higher position. If the broker that you're talking to on the phone, if you already know countless of information about the things that they need and they require in their business, the mission statement of their company, Google News puts you in a position to be the most valuable asset to whatever company that you deliver for, if you take action. I think a lot of times we are so comfortable with just calling our businesses or the things that we do jobs, or that's just my job, right? But when what you do is a part of your why and it's a part of your vision, it stops becoming just a job. And it becomes a calling and a purpose. And so me getting on Google News learning this information, it allows me to think of the man out there that got a family that's also expedited, and I might be able to share this information with him. He can put 5 more meals on his daughter's table, or he can not just take care of this first generation, but now he can start building wealth to take care of his next 2. That's why I care about. That's why I care about, the morning routine, searching, getting up here, finding out the pertinent information that I can put out to the expediters, because I know with the right information and the right action, you guys can definitely transform your communities and your families. Like I know if you following me and if you've been consistently following me and commenting and being a part of the content, you in a space where it's like, at least you like, okay, I see the value of Bree. He consistent, he working all of this stuff, right? And part of you connects to that because you have that desire in yourself to be consistent. You have that desire to have drive. You got that desire to be passionate about something. Well, let's take action. And let's take that desire and turn it into practicality, right? And I think Google News is definitely a tool for you guys to do this. This is not a sponsored ad by Google. Like I'm not doing this to be paid by them. However, they do need to cut that check because listen, man, our brand is one of the most profitable brands to utilize, like the digital space to do something applicable in the physical space as well. We take what we learn on digital and we apply it over the road. Like we connect the country, right? We connect the country. So yeah, I know, and see, I know a lot of people. So my grandmother, y'all already know, if y'all was at the expo, how important my grandma is to me and countless others. So my grandmother asked me to teach her about the computer, right? And so at that point, I knew that there were a large demographic of people that still don't know like some of the simple things about the internet. And so that's one thing I'm definitely going to continue to build into the content that I'm making. I want to break down some of these like regular internet life things to the simplest form so somebody can know how they can utilize this to get them in the right direction. So for example, let me say this. For example, I was at the Sea Trucking Expo, and one of the most profitable conversations happened for me after the expo was over. I was sitting in the She Trucking. She had a room. She had a room at the hotel, and it wasn't even truckers. It was her cousin and her brother-in-law was talking about real estate. In that space, these brothers was breaking down a real estate game in a such chewable form that I'm sitting here like, oh my God, like y'all know, I was amazed. I didn't know that they was doing this. These wasn't presenters or anything. These are just people that's around her life. And I'm like, oh my, like Sheree's surrounded by go-getters. Like, but what I realized is that in their talking, that a lot of their information comes from relationship, right? Like a lot of the information that they were sharing was coming from, hey, my uncle told me this, or I experienced this on the ground. So I knew that what they had accomplished in their lives in real estate was coming from a place of taking information, trial and error. And now they got this dependable source of principles and information that they've built based on based on relational and verbally sharing of information. And so as I sit there and I picked that up, I introduced an idea to them, and I knew they was going to, because it's a certain type of person. I knew they was going to say this. I was like, what about social media? Both of them instantly, almost at the same time, they were twins. They said, man, we don't play them internet games, bro. We trying to get some money. I was like, but for me, y'all gotta understand, with me, my degree is in technology management with an emphasis in graphic design, which means then also both of my parents are people person, right? They believe in building relationships and like talking to people and stuff. So I'm a human. I want to define myself as a humanistic technologist, like how you can take regular human interaction and do that same thing, but in a technical format, right? And that's what I've been taught over the years. So when my statement of what about technology, as they sharing this verbal information, and they're actually exhorting each other's skills and teaching each other, I'm like, what about social media? And my question with that was because I seen their ability to communicate and the value of what they were saying, and I knew that social media could be a gasoline to the spark and the flames that they already had going in their real estate portfolios. I say that to say that maybe a lot of the things we have learned in this life, right, has come from oral exchange, right, relational exchange, and when we get to social media, we see it more so of that stuff on the phone or that stuff on the internet. I think what may help us to know that it's real people, real ideas that give content online, and we can tap into the oratory exchange of information, much like we did when we was growing up. But we can do that in a social platform by seeing and connecting the fact that it's humans behind the things that's posted. Right? And I think that is why that's one thing that I value in when I create content is like bringing the human side of this digital space and how it can really impact lives. Like I was impacted by my audience. The expediters coming to the expo and being able to hear their stories really put some light on to what happens on the other side of the screen when people devour the content that we putting out. So I say all of that to say you have an amazing brand inside of you. You should tap into that. One way you should tap into that is by finding valuable information and translating it from your own story, from your own life experience. And one place that you can get a wealth of that information is from Google News. You can build a brand from just searching on Google News and sharing that with your audience, just sharing with them what you learn. That's a fact. So that's what I would encourage you guys to do. This search term is something that I definitely included into the ebook. I encourage you guys to go to the link in my bio, the second link in my bio, and get your free audio ebook to learn how to start a transportation company in a cargo van. It's one of the most profitable pieces of content that I've created, and I know that it's out there impacting people, exposing them to the cargo van expediting lane. And I want to expose you guys. I want to build more cargo vanpreneurs because I know that it is an influx of revenue coming to this space, and I don't want you to miss out on it. This industry is going from a $1.1 trillion industry to a $5.5 trillion industry over the next couple of years. That influx of revenue should be in your family's pockets. Like this should help feed your next generations. In the way that you can get an entry to that is through this cargo van. So we're gonna grow this. We're gonna grow this platform. We're gonna grow this family online, and I just see all of my friends being, we going out, taking trips, being multimillionaires, living in a space of freedom, being able to actually make real lasting impact on our generations and the generations after us. Man, my prayer has always been that God blesses everybody. Since I was a kid, God just bless everybody, right? And I truly believe that the cargo vanpreneurs, the expediters, will be a part of blessing billions and billions of people just with joy and freedom, right? So with that said, remember, it ain't about how hard you hit, but about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's the way winning is done. But you got to be willing to take the hits and not blame him, her, or anybody, because cowards do that and that ain't you. You're better than that. So if you know what you worth, go out and get what you worth. But you got to be willing to take the hits. Some updates. I believe, it's not set in stone yet, but I'm going to say this. I got an event coming up Friday where I'm hosting a book lunch for another transportation. One of my transportation family. This is my family, so that's one thing to be on the lookout for. Chattanooga, we got the hip hop convention, and I think it's October. I'll share some dates with you guys. I'll be setting up a vendor booth for that. So you guys be on the lookout for that. I am working on the second edition to the audio ebook. The one I'm coming out with next is gonna have so much fucking value, because I think once you put something out in culture, you start learning and you continue learning the information. I got some shit for y'all. Like, this second edition gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy, crazy, crazy. We gonna have. I'm gonna start back the Sunday. I'm gonna start up the. I'm gonna start back the sidewalk, not the sidewalk sessions, but the live series, while we're bringing, valuable people in the expedited space on to talk about their experience. So be on the lookout for that. And man, we got some amazing things coming. I'm excited. I'm pouring into that excitement every day, and I pray blessings over you, your family, and all of the endeavors that y'all got going on. Be blessed. Make sure you guys get that audio ebook, man. Make sure y'all get it. Make sure y'all get it. Let's get it. Link in the bio. Hey.